Hello and welcome to the Pilot Money Podcast. My name is Alex Tapia, President and Founder of Aviation Retirement Strategies and ARS Private Wealth. Together, we give you the tools and advice you need to take advantage of the ever-changing financial world and help you take care of the business end of your professional aviation career. As financial fiduciaries, we bring you up-to-date, relevant, and independent information so that you can make sound financial decisions for yourself, your family, and your eventual retirement from the airlines. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on any timely information that we bring to the professional aviation community. Or you can also visit us online at www.pilotmoney.com. Once again, welcome to the Pilot Money Podcast. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Alex Tapia. I am the president and the founder of Aviation Retirement Strategies and ARS Private Wealth. We are coming at you from our podcast studio here at the national headquarters, located at the top floor of the private jet terminal, Atlantic Aviation, here at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on any timely topics that we bring to the professional pilots all around the country. Today's topic is to Roth or not to Roth. All of you that are flying for any major carrier, a Roth contribution is an option inside of your retirement plan, as well as an option outside of the airline should you meet certain income requirements. And to recap, contributions to a Roth are always with after-tax money, and once inside, these funds will grow tax-deferred, similar to a traditional IRA. However, assuming that you meet certain requirements, all of the distributions that you make down the road are 100% tax-free, including any gains that you might have had. Another key benefit of a Roth IRA is the fact that it is not subject to required minimum distributions, or RMDs, like traditional IRAs. This is when the IRS forces traditional IRA owners to take distributions when they turn 72, so that they have to pay taxes on all that money that has grown and has been tax deferred up to that point. So for estate planning purposes, this makes a Roth IRA a great asset preservation tool, as you will never be forced to liquidate this type of an account while you're living. But is it worthwhile for you to take advantage of a Roth IRA? And if it's not, why not? Now, as I always say, for any financial decision, it's always about being able to do the math all the way through. And I would say that for most, when making a financial decision, they're really not armed with all of the data points required to make a fully informed decision. And when it comes to Roth IRAs, unfortunately, any decision is almost always irreversible. So you have to be very, very careful. Everything that you do today has an effect somewhere down the road. Everything is interconnected, and Roth decisions are no different. With a Roth, it really depends on your income tax bracket and whatever your age is and how close you are to retirement. And for most pilots working at major carriers, you're making about $250,000 to $300,000 plus per year. So you're in a pretty high tax bracket, and the IRS is coming after you in a very big way. Although not too bad of a problem to have, you do have to be very, very careful about what you do, because whatever you do, any move that you make could have some pretty substantial consequences from a tax standpoint. So it's important to be able to look at everything holistically. For example, let's assume that you're getting near retirement, and on your trips, you overheard someone saying that they made a Roth conversion of their 401k so that they won't have to pay taxes while they're in retirement. And in particular, this person was thinking, when I'm in retirement, the way things are going, there's a high possibility that the tax rates are going to be higher as well. So by doing this conversion today, I can lock in today's tax rates. Well, let's say that you're a senior captain and you're making about $300,000+ a year. And to keep the numbers round, let's say that you're in a 40% tax bracket. And let's also say that you want to convert $50,000 from your 401k into a Roth. Well, if you take the $50,000, 40% of that represents $20,000 tax bill that will have to go to the IRS, which means only $30,000 is available to go into your new Roth IRA. If you think about it, that $20,000 that you pay to the IRS has to be recovered through investment gains before you can begin to start taking advantage of all the provisions that a Roth IRA offers. So to follow the math, that $30,000 investment into the Roth will have to perform to the tune of 67% just to get back up to the original $50,000 that you had in your 401k. When you look at it that way, it might put it in a slightly different perspective on that decision. It's going to take you years and years to accomplish that type of performance. And if you're retired, you also have to be sure that you live long enough and while praying that the markets are also going to cooperate with you. And until you get back to your original $50,000, all you will have accomplished is to accelerate your tax payments to the IRS and potentially taken away any monetary assets from your loved ones in case you pass prematurely. Now, I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and I've really never had anybody pay more taxes in retirement than they did while they were working. So basing a decision like that on potentially higher taxes, something that has not been implemented and certainly is not a law just yet, it is an assumption based on speculation. And it's really not a definitive fact that you can actually count on and use it for actual planning purposes in retirement. Also, when in retirement, it's also very unlikely that you will be needing as much money as you were making while working. So if you're nearing retirement, we would highly recommend against it, strictly from a cash planning standpoint, from an asset preservation standpoint, and also from a longevity standpoint. A conversion is just usually not a very effective strategy. However, if you are in this category, there's something called a backdoor Roth, which might make sense for you. This is a technique that we use where you can make a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA and then immediately turn around and convert that to a Roth IRA. And this is for those that make too much money to make a contribution to a Roth IRA. And this technique helps you also create Roth money by a slight manipulation of the rules that govern these types of accounts. And it's approved by the IRS, at least for today. So if you want any more information on that, give me a call. Now, conversely, if you are younger and you have some money that you want to convert and you're not in your high earning years just yet, you're probably not in a very high tax bracket. And say that you're only in a 10-15% tax bracket and you're only 35 years old, it may make sense to do a Roth conversion or contribute money to a Roth IRA if you are eligible. You probably are in the range of a tax bracket that you probably are going to be in when you are retired. So this would potentially be a great strategy for you to take advantage of because you have the time to make up for that tax loss that you initially will incur. So if you have any questions, give us a call. We're always available and here and ready to answer your questions that you might have. If you're on a trip, hope you're having a safe one, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.